Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to my video. I'm back with an update today, and the main topic today is that these two tanks in my shrimp rack have just been cycled, and today I'm planning to add some shrimps here. I'm very excited, guys. You excited? Yeah? So we're gonna choose some of the best shrimps I have. I'm planning to add some red Galaxy, maybe here, and some black Pinto shrimps here. So I'm gonna look around my tanks, pick up the best shrimps, and I'm gonna put in these tanks, yeah? And before we do that, I'm gonna do some more updates for you. What's happened in these past 3 weeks. I'm sorry I didn't do a video for you, so now I'm gonna tell you everything what's happened within this period of time. So I managed to do 2 new shrimp tanks, and they're ready to fill this shrimp rack. My new shrimp tanks, yeah, I just finished. I put the film, what is called like a frosted glass film at the back, and they just passed the water leaking test, and they ready to go, yeah? So one tank is slightly bigger than another tank. The bigger tank is going to the bottom, yeah, and the smaller tank goes at the top here to replace this tank with orange eye blue tiger shrimp. Okay, at the first place I was thinking to completely close down this tank and remove it, and now I'm thinking, like, you know, an extra tank is always handy, and no matter how many tanks you have, guys, extra tank is extra tank. I have now 12 tanks, and I still run out of space for my shrimps. I'm gonna show you here. Yeah, so here I have some in breeding box I have some missing, which look like just normal typical crystal red, crystal black shrimps, most of them, yeah. I must separate them from the main colony because I don't want them to mix with another shrimps. I was thinking just to put this tank somewhere and make this tank as like another cold tank, like a cold tank of the coals, right? Yeah. And guys, I have to move that orange eye blue tiger shrimp. There's not many of them left. I don't know, they're not doing very well here anyway, so maybe they're not happy with low pH because the pH here is 5.4. Still want to keep them. I don't want to waste the tank for them, so I'm decided to move them in my blue Neocaridina tank over here, which by the way, I just did some haircut and tidy up it yesterday. Alright then, let's move this tank down and catch all the orange eye blue tiger shrimp. Okay, now I'm going to talk quickly about this filter here I made. So as you can see, I connected hang-on filters to the underground filter box, a little underground filter box. There's a shrimp there. Look at this. Poor shrimp. I'm going to catch here in a second. Yeah. So what I'm talking about? This is not very good, you know. So I found out there's a lot of downsides of this method. I can tell you a few of them. The first thing is stop a few times because some particles from the soil get inside the motor and stop the motor. That's the one thing. The other thing is when the power is cut off, it's not starting itself, so you need to put some water inside in order to start it. That's another issue. And then of course it's less oxygenation of water compared to just air pump filter, yeah. Yeah, so there's lots of downsides, so I'm not quite happy about this method, so I'm not going to use it again. I'm not recommending to use it. So what I'm going to do quickly here, I'll try to cut this pipe here and then connect another bigger pipe with the nozzle, put the air stone inside, and then try to fix it, yeah. I'm going to clean this tank in a minute, change the filter, fill up with the fresh water, probably get back some of this moss. So I put the whole moss inside the bucket, then I check for shrimps. Definitely going to be a few shrimps there, I'm sure. Little babies of the Michelins is waiting for this tank, and then I catch all the blue dream shrimps and put it in a Neocaridina tank. Yes, so stay tuned. I catch all of them. It's about like just over 20 shrimps. It's not many of them. I'm just gonna show you. You see that shrimp? I don't know. It's running a lot, but it has like a brown ring on her body. So I think she's kind of sick or something. Oh, you can see it here. Yeah, look at this. So I think she's like sick or something, I'm not sure, I've never seen her before. It's like maybe bacterial infection or something, yeah. Okay, now we can acclimate them into a Neocaridina tank, and while we're doing this I'm gonna finish with this tank and add these mishlings to this tank, yeah. Okay, I just finished tidy up the tank, connected all the filter, adding a little bit of moss. Yeah, as you can see, is water flow is okay, it's not very strong, but this is very small tank, and also you don't need very strong water flow in underground filter because the main function is the buffer pH, and the small airflow is enough to buffer pH basically, yeah. So this is a sponge filter, and we acclimate the shrimp, the missing shrimp, because I changed most of like 90% of water in this tank, so there is a completely new water, so I have to acclimate them again. And here we acclimate this orange eye blue tiger shrimp as well, nice and slowly, because the water parameters are completely different in this tank and it's not ideal for them, but this is the best I can do for them. pH is a bit high, but they're okay with the high pH. The only problem is KH, so KH is a little bit high for them, so they prefer 0 KH here, so the KH here is about 6 or something, so but they should be okay. Okay, it's been 2 days after we put orange eye blue tigers here and mix them with blue Neocaridina shrimp, and today I decided to do first feeding, and they look very hungry and very active, so the shrimp's quite happy. They don't mind the water parameters of Neocaridina, and you can see they dominate the food. The more orange eye blue tiger shrimp on the food than blue Neocaridina. That's what I heard, that if you mix Neocaridina with Caridina, the Caridina shrimp will be more active and will outcompete of Neocaridina with the food. They actually quite match each other, yeah? Looking great, yeah. Okay, since we have another extra cold tank, I think I'm gonna improve quality of this tank. And I'm not gonna call it cold tank anymore, I think it's gonna be just a mixed tank. So I'm going to remove the ugliest shrimps from here, and all the remaining mishlings which look like a normal crystal, black crystal resin, you can see they're still over there. So I'm gonna remove all the coals from here to my small tank. Okay, I think I catched all the mishlings which look like a simple crystal black shrimp, and now I'm gonna acclimate them quickly and put them in our new tank. Okay, here's my new cold tank, and I just released remaining mishlings here. I think there are about 70 shrimps here now. It's quite a lot for this tank, and I have to start selling them. So you see me doing this tank 2 days ago. And today I decided to do first feeding, and you can see they all came out at the front to eat, most of them. So I'm quite happy with this little tank. Okay, we moved the tank from the top of the rack, and we also have a space at the bottom, and we've got our tanks ready over here. I already put the huge air boxes inside the tanks. They're all ready to install and all ready to cycle, so let's put them inside the rack here. Okay, our tank's in place, looking beautiful. There is only 2 tanks left. There's a top tank with Neocaridina and orange eye blue tiger, and another cool tank which need to be replaced as well. So this is the next project for me. In about a few weeks I'm gonna do these 2 tanks as well. Okay, this tank's ready for shrimps. I just changed 90% of water, and I cleaned the front glass from algae. Lots of algae inside, so I'm probably not gonna feed my shrimps for about 1 week. They have plenty of food to eat in these tanks right now. Also, I'm gonna give you an update on the bottom tanks which are currently in cycle, and I think it should be around 2 weeks left to complete the cycle. There is plenty of algae on the glass, lots of little creatures feeding on this algae, and I'm going to clean the glass for you and show you the movie magic trick. Here you go, they look much better now. They are basically the same setup as I have at the top. 2 weeks left probably, and we're gonna add new shrimps. I'm probably gonna buy shrimps for these tanks, I have some shrimps in mind which I like. I'm not gonna spoil this. In the future video you're gonna see the shrimps I'm gonna put in these tanks. And now let's put the shrimps in these tanks. Now we're gonna catch all the red galaxy shrimps from all my tanks. This tank has a lot of them, probably around 20. So let's feed them with the food so they all come out at the front and we're gonna catch them all, yeah? Okay guys, I catch them all, at least most of them, maybe a few more hiding, but that's not a problem. And they're all in this box here. Look at them. Beautiful shrimp. You know how many of them? I count about 40, so that's insane. 40 shrimps in this tank. I don't know where they came from. They came from, probably from one black galaxy. I don't know why, but in this tank it has a lot of red galaxies. I'm very happy with the result. 40 shrimps is a good number to start the colony. Okay, I'm gonna check this tank as well. I have a few galaxies, red galaxies in this tank as well, and I'll show you one. I think it's over here. This is very beautiful male, has a very good legs coloration as you can see. So this one is probably gonna be one of the best male in the new tank. And I also decided to catch some of these red steel shrimps and mix them with the red galaxies just to see what's happened, and I'm hoping they can make some more red galaxies. I also have some of them buried, so I'm gonna separate maybe 2 or 3 buried female as well and putting them in the red galaxy tank. I just want to test how the baby survival in the new tank, to see how the baby gonna be look like after mixing them with the black galaxies. So this is one buried female here. I'm going to separate. I'm going to separate another 2 or 3. So let's catch this shrimp from this tank as well. I find another galaxy shrimp in this tank, but it looks like she is buried female, and I'm probably going to leave her in this tank just because I don't want to risk to lose the babies in the new tank. We're going to have few buried females of red steel, so that should be enough to check the baby survival rate. Now I'm going to choose the shrimp for another tank. And I like the shrimp like black King Kong or black Pinto shrimp. So basically it's gonna be like galaxy shrimp but without dots, or like a King Kong shrimp with a few stripes at the back. I choose the shrimps just because I like the look of this. And the leg coloration should be very deep black. Okay, let me catch all the shrimps I like and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So this type of shrimp I'm talking about over here, you see it's like a very black, deep color, with very deep color legs and not much of the white. So for example, this shrimp with a lot of white at the back I'm not gonna choose, so I don't like this type. Okay, here they are. I catch them from my different tanks and they all look like black Pinto shrimp. Most of them are like galaxies without spots on the head, or just the King Kongs with a few stripes at the back. There are about 40 of them, and this is a good number to start colony. Okay, now let's acclimate them to the new tanks. Here you go, I made the little shelf in front of the tank and I'm acclimating the shrimp to the new environment right now. It's important, guys, to acclimate the shrimp when you move into another tank, to the new environment. Here we have some black Pinto shrimp. They are going into this tank over here. Let's look at them. Yeah, nice and beautiful shrimp. 40 of them, roughly. About 45 of red galaxy shrimps here, and they're going into this tank. And here I have some red steel shrimp, which I'm gonna mix with the red galaxies. 3 of them are buried. Also this way I'm gonna check how the baby survival rate in these tanks once we have a baby from them. And also we're gonna see how the baby look like when you crossbreed red steels with the black galaxy shrimp. Okay, I'm gonna get back to you once I finish acclimatization and release the shrimp into the new tank. Stay tuned. Acclimation completed. Let's release our shrimps into the tanks. Okay, we've got our shrimps inside the tanks. They look happy. They start to eating that algae. As I mentioned, I'm not gonna feed them for probably a few days. It's a lot of available food inside the tank right now. So they have a lot of algae on the glass, on the moss, on the soil. They're gonna eat it for many days now. So I'm probably gonna share an update with you when I feed them first time in a few days in my next video. And guys, when I cycled these tanks, I recorded every step I did. And now I'm working on a tutorial video on how to set up tanks with UGF filter box. If you don't want to miss this video, please subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please smash the like button and I'll see you next time. Peace.